Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths worldwide. According to the American Cancer Society, each year more people die from lung cancer than colon, breast, and prostate cancers combined. So today we want to bring awareness and highlight the importance of early detection through screenings. As part of our Gateway to Wellness, sponsored by Regenerative Neuropathy, we are happy to have Dr. Paul Eckerly, a pulmonologist at BJC Medical Group, here to help us better understand these lung cancer screenings. It's good to see you, sir.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
For our community specifically, how prevalent is lung cancer?
Yeah, so this issue hits really pretty close to home for Missourians. As of data from last year, only 6 states had a higher incidence of new lung cancer diagnosis than Missouri. The same is true for Illinois, probably not to the same degree. It's higher than the national average. But when we look at our data, maybe as many as 5,000 people will receive a new diagnosis of lung cancer this year in the state of Missouri alone. Over 800 of those will come from just St. Louis County.
Wow.
In Illinois, the number is higher, 9,000, but when you adjust it for population, it's not quite as high. Over 500 of those will come just from Madison and St. Clair County, so really in the metro region.
So let's talk about screenings. Of course, we talk about breast cancer screening so much. October, you see pink everywhere. I guess I'm so naive. I don't know what a lung cancer screening is. I don't know when you ask for one. Please walk me through that.
Yeah, so lung cancer screening is something that we do with something called a low-dose CT scan. A low dose refers to the amount of radiation that you receive during the exam. And the idea of lung cancer screening is it's something that we do progressively over time and follow you throughout time. And the low dose reduces the overall radiation exposure you receive. Not everyone's a candidate for it. Obviously, we try to identify people who are at high risk. Those people who are at high risk are typically smokers, and the other risk factor is age. So based on certain criteria, based on your age and smoking history, you may be a candidate for these CT scans.
And how do you bring that conversation up? Do you, as the patient with maybe a history of smoking, go to your primary care doctor? Do you seek out a pulmonologist? What are the first things we should do?
Yeah, the easiest place to start is your primary care doctor, particularly if you have questions about whether or not you're a candidate for screening. If your primary care doctor isn't sure or maybe wants more expertise, obviously a pulmonologist is someplace you could go to seek help.
Dr. Eckerly, we appreciate it. And for more information, you can visit bjc.org. We'll also post this segment following the show at firstalertfor.com/mystlive. Gateway to Wellness, sponsored by Regenerative Neuropathy. You can give them a call today, 618-622-2222, or visit regenerative neuropathy.com. And Kent, I had no idea that lung